Good morning, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. This will be a collective support reading. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm in the Northeast area. I'm in Connecticut, and we are getting so much rain today. It feels like a rainforest, and I sort of love it. The sky is cloudy, and it's that cozy weather that invites you to stay in bed. But there's something about the weight of the rain. It makes all of the branches on the trees kind of sag a little bit. There's a bit of density to it. There's a little fog in the air. So I'm taking this reading slowly here. I've actually don't think I've ever done a reading using so many decks before, but for whatever reason, I just kept going. So let's see where we get chewed up and spit out. All right, let me drop in. I actually pulled this spread last night and wasn't able to record, so I haven't looked at these cards in a bit. Okay. This is cool because this is a continuation of two separate readings. We have the financial abundance message here, and we also have the closing of one cycle and stepping into your soul gifts here. So let me see. Sorry, I think I have to sit down. Okay, so much better. Okay, for some of you, there is a death and rebirth cycle happening. Just as we breathe and we inhale and get to the absolute top of our lung capacity, right? We can't go anymore. We're at the top of our lungs. At some point, we have to have that death of that breath, and then we exhale. And then we get to the bottom of our lung capacity, right? We push all the air out, and then we almost can't push out anymore, and then we have a rebirth of a new breath. So for some of you, this is a message to try to find this rhythmic ebb and flow of this thing that is being rebirthed through you. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm very drawn to this woman here. It's the Mountain card. It also reduces to a 10. So, excuse me, I'm losing my voice today. I wonder if that's an accident. Let me take a sip. Hold on. The 10, the 37 reduces to a 10 is a number of endings and beginnings. And I don't know if it's coming up on camera. I think it is. But this beautiful mountainside, and there's this wonderful Mother Gaia creature who is part of the mountain, and her hair is this flowing blue river. So there's something here about being called to drop into the oneness of what is taking place in your life right now. There's something here that it will actually behoove you to sink in and surrender to this natural flow that is arising. I'm also drawn to, it's funny, this river, I can't even talk this morning, excuse me. This river reminds me of this flow of spirit. This is the spiritual journey card. We have a spiral in the core, and it kind of, the end of the spiral returns to the universe. It also sort of looks like a yoni. So there's also something here about this feminine portal. Walking through this feminine portal will give you access to the wisdom you need to allow this death and rebirth cycle to happen. We have, hold on, I remember pulling these last night, but let me find them again. We have 1, 2, 3, and I swear to God there was a 4th, but I can't find it right now. 3 or 4 cards of straight abundance messages. And here we have, it specifically says money, find a way to abundance. There's something here that, and again, I'm always saying this because I don't know who's new and who's old watching, but I have to assume that the majority of my viewers are in some healing capacity. Whether you're Reiki practitioners, massage therapists, regular therapists, trauma workers, social workers, any sort of sexual healers, shamans, you name it, magicians, whatever, whatever you kind of align yourself with. Excuse me. I have to say that because this group of the collective is unique in that they have, I'm saying you all have this divine phone line straight to source. You are directly plugged into source, which is an incredible accomplishment in and of itself. So let's just take a moment while I sip my tea to celebrate that. I can't stop staring at this ceremony card. I'm also drawn to, it's interesting. This deck is so beautiful, by the way, isn't it? The artwork is incredible. The colors are vibrant and incredible. It's interesting too, because I've been looking at it and the figures, there seems to be like 3 different types of figures. There's these tall, kind of tall and thin, lanky creatures who tend to be more symbolic. And in my head, for some reason, that's associated with more of like a divine alien-esque creature. And then we have like this woman who looks kind of more conventional human. And then we have this more symbolic figure. There's different types of illustrations. And so I'm wondering if that was intentional of the artist. But anyway, why I'm being drawn to this card is because if you look here, our normal assessment of what this imagery might be are the chakras, right? But there's no, it doesn't look like chakras. When you really start to look at it, they almost look like planets. It almost looks like the solar system, when actually she's holding what looks to be beads, almost like rosary beads, but clearly not rosary beads. And they continue all around her and then out of her strands of hair, almost coming out of her bangs or her ears or something. So there's something here that most of you are dialed in to the universal, the threads of the universe. That's what I'm trying to say. And honoring that we are all threads of this singular tapestry, right? We are all threads in this grid of unconditional love and infinite oneness. So again, for those of you in the healing arts, there is something here about entering your, I don't want to say dark night. Let me say this. You are entering your temple and entering into ceremony. You are stepping gingerly into ritual space, whatever that means and looks like for you. I can't decide that. Only you can discern what that is for you. And you are taking an intentional, conscious next step on your spiritual journey. And part of this journey is integrating and accepting your soul gifts to the point that you can actually receive and flow with abundance rooted in your soul gifts. All right, I feel like I'm getting very cerebral. Let's just break it down. What are you avoiding? What gifts are you not accepting? And I'm going to be a hypocrite right now, but I'll tell you why after I say it. What gifts do you have that your family and friends know nothing about? I know. I know who you are. I've been the same way. A lot of us with healing gifts, a lot of our closest people to us don't even know that we do these things. And I'm saying this because I'm a hypocrite, because I have not come out of the Oracle closet in some of my communities. It wasn't intentional. I've just kind of started this new adventure, and I'm so deeply in it that I don't really have time to talk about it. But this is a message for me as well. Okay. It's so interesting. This reading is so huge, and yet I'm caught in the primary cards. I'm caught with it feels like I'm caught in a spiral, like fishing net, And it's just keeps having me talk about the same exact things. And I'm saying, no, I already said that. I already talked about that, but I don't know what else to say. Let me see if there's another way for me to say something. This is so funny. I've never had that happen where, whoever, the universe won't let me move on from something. Okay, Spirit, what would you like me to say? I can't stop staring at the spiritual journey card. Okay, where are you at in your spiritual journey? Let's get really 3D with it. Let's get really tactile with it. Where are you at? Do you feel limited? Do you feel stuck? Which direction is your abundance? Can you name it? Can you describe it? Can you feel it? If yes, okay, beautiful. You could name your target. Now, what's in the way of it? What's blocking your path towards this abundance on your spiritual journey? Where have you not married your life with your gifts? What is in the way? Is it scheduling? Is it too many responsibilities? Is it too much pressure elsewhere in your work or in your life? There's something here about getting, taking this very 5D, transpersonal sacred experience and getting really tactile with it. I don't know why I keep saying the word tactile. It keeps coming up, and I feel like it's not even the right place for this word, but it just keeps flowing in, so I have to say it. The core message here is it's time to get into the nitty-gritty with your gifts. What are they? Name them. I think it's really cool, and don't feel conceited or self-centered or whatever. I think this is so cool. Me and my friend did this. Open up a document somewhere. It could be in your journal. It could be in your Google Doc. It could be wherever. And entitle it My Gifts. Now go to town. Go into the nitty-gritty. Assume no one is going to read this. And catalog every single gift that you have or that you think you have. Put it on paper. I understand and I'm aware that the process of this might be very, it might make you feel wobbly. It might bring up feelings of unworthiness or insecurity. Awesome. Honor that. Stare directly at it and write down the gift anyway. I feel like my brain is not fully awake. I'm recording this pretty early in the morning. Okay. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Okay, I'm going to ask some questions here. Where is your intuition right now? Do you trust your intuition? What's blocking that intuition? What is blocking your trust in that intuition? Can you name it? Can you do something about it? You're being called to blaze your own trail using your unique soul gifts on this spiritual journey. You are being called to step into this sacred ritual and honor the death of various things in your life. Honor what needs to go. And to be able to do that, you need to have your line to the divine open, line to source, right? There's this great old song called it's going to bother me. I think it's literally called My God Has a Telephone. It's such a chill song. I'll try to put it in the community tab. I freaking love this song, but it's playing in my head right now. It literally says my God has a telephone, meaning I can call them anytime I need. They pick up every single time. So there's something here. You're being called to make sure that you have this open line of communication with the divine. Now, only you know what gets you there. Some people, they can open that line just by setting the intention. Some people open that line by taking a walk in the forest. Some people listen to music and can surrender deeply through that practice. Maybe it's meditation, mantras, affirmations. I don't know what your flavor of, making sure your divine telephone is operating properly, but there's something here about making sure you have a two-way connection open. All right, now we're getting very This is a message specifically for those of you who are stepping into business with your soul gifts. I'm actually one of those people. I had a coaching business and then I kind of closed it in order to, go on this very deep spiritual journey. And now I'm stepping back into this, and it is difficult. It's like a lot of, it's a lot of rivers feeding into one pool. And so to make sense of it, to package it, to feel comfortable as I share this new version of self with my communities, you confront some inner stuff. So there's a group of you who are literally launching businesses. I don't know what this looks like for you. Maybe it could also be you're back in school and you're writing a paper on stuff you've learned. There's an energy of culmination here. There's an energy of, okay, your soul or your human vessel is now saturated with divinity. Now go out in the world and share that divinity. Disseminate those rays of abundance, of oneness out to the rest of the world. If this is hard for you, if you feel stuck, tap into who your spiritual mentors are, or regular mentor, or business mentors, whoever it is. Drop into who inspiration, who inspires you on this path, who is doing the thing that you want to do. Because I guarantee that if someone in the world is doing the thing that you want to do, you also can do the thing you want to do. If it exists, you can do it. Even if it doesn't exist, if you feel a divine calling and you look around and no one else is doing this thing, then you have been chosen to birth this into the world, especially if no one is doing your thing. So again, remember, do not look externally for proof, right? I just like swallowed my voice right there and I started getting teary-eyed. Hold on, let me assess what's happening. Hold on. I know why. Because I'm moved by this idea that if it's so funny and it feels so counterintuitive, because so many people look around and say, oh, no one's doing this thing, so it's a dumb idea, it's not going to work, why would it work for me, it's not going to work. However, you quite literally have been chosen. You've accepted ordination and God has given you a task. That's your task. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter if you have a freaking business advisor who's like, yeah, that's never going to work. You're never going to be able to take that to market. Fail. It's going to fail. You're going to fail. If you feel a strong calling, you need to bring this into fruition. The phrase that makes me emotional is that you have been chosen. It's just true. And I'm deeply moved by how much divine support there is. I think it just blows my mind every time. Wow. Sometimes I have to take a sip of tea to literally engage my throat because my throat was closing there. It was very interesting. So again, the message here is do not let current society silence you. This is the message here. Do not let convention dictate what you can and cannot do, because why are we here? What are we doing here? We are here to shift the paradigm. We're not shifting the paradigm to an old paradigm. We're rebirthing and alchemizing this new thing. No one's going to know what it's going to look like. And this is why this spiritual journey is so difficult, because we can't look back to how other people have done it. Yes, we can for very tangible things, but we can't always. Sometimes we are the first ones through the forest with the machete, and we have to carve a path through. There is no path for us sometimes. And that takes incredible discipline and controlled surrender. I think it's interesting. I'm having so many issues with my throat. Hold on. Okay, I can't believe I've been talking for 20 minutes already. yeah, we have this never give up card, motivation. Look to divine guidance to access your abundance. If you struggle setting boundaries, call on the divine. By setting powerful boundaries, you will have opportunities that you have never dreamed of. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Okay, now I'm just going to throw out phrases and read the cards just so we get these messages out in the air. Excuse me. Hold on. This is so fascinating that I am struggling speaking. Okay, we have inner temple devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. There's also so many cards where the heart chakra is illuminated. Here, where else? I'm covering half the cards, but you get the idea. Tune into the portal of your heart. What does your heart want to say? By following and illuminating your heart will illuminate the way. This has been proven over and over again. At minimum, if you just follow your heart, then at least you will know that whether you quote unquote succeed or fail, which, I say quotes because that looks differently in the realm of spirit than it does in the realm of 3D, in the realm of matter. Whether you succeed or fail, your heart will be satiated. You will be satisfied with your actions despite what happens. And this is what happens. This is the shift that we have to make on the spiritual journey. Sometimes we are called to people, places, and things and actions that make no sense in 3D. They don't make any linear sense, and yet we are called to them anyway. That's the thing about the spiral. It's that, think about the spiral. There are no right angles. There are no corners. It's a constant flow, right? And you can go up the spiral or down the spiral. You can go up and out or down and in, right? But there's no linear nook and cranny to get stuck in. It's just this constant ebb and flow, this constant contemplation, this contemplative love in motion. Okay, we have Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. Get grounded. Every reading, grounding comes up. Access whatever those things are that give you this deep replenishment. Take time. I think we have, hold on. Maybe, I think that was another reading. Oh no, it's in the unconscious. That's why. So we have this deep replenishment, retreat, rest and be held. And in the unconscious, we have this vacation card. Take time for relaxation and adventure. And anytime I get cards that are similar in conscious and unconscious, it means you have a desire, but something's blocking you from taking action on it. So really feel into your life where you're doing this balancing act of holding these polarities of something. Reminding you, what are we doing here as healers on the planet? We are creating heaven on earth. We are shifting the paradigm towards authenticity, unconditional love, and infinite oneness. You'll hear me say that 1,000,000 times. Okay, we are accessing hope. We are deploying patience. We are accessing memories only when it is useful for our spiritual journey. We do not look back unless we're looking back to get something, to extract a substance that supports us in the now. We are able to jump and be spontaneous when the divine calls us. We are surrendering our ego's control and following the heart wisdom. We are doing so by following this path of grace and ease. We are being gentle with self and other, because here's another footnote, that as you do this, the more you align with what is true for you and your gifts, if you already have a whole life filled with people, then they are going to bump up against this new version of self, and it may rattle their cage. So be prepared for a little bit of that in case your growth might trigger some people. So be mindful of that. There's also this narrative of allowing yourself to expect a miracle, to actually build it into your day. Oh, God, thank you, or source, or whoever do you pray to or think or whatever. You could wake up thanking someone, source, for the miracle before it happens. Thank you so much for this unexpected gift. I am so grateful for this miracle. Thank you. And then watch to see how the universe flows around you to gift you with something. Maybe it's a compliment, maybe it's an opportunity, maybe it's a conversation with a stranger that ends up being a lifelong friend or business partner. You have no clue what this divine orchestration gets to look like. Okay, let me drop into this last section on the right here. We have a lot of cards. Again, we have this nod to our intuition. Take note on all intuitive messages. Do not blow past them. There's profound guidance within them. And then we have the Sun card, enjoy success and happiness. This is in alignment with this abundance. There's so much abundance all around you. All you have to do is set the intention and reach out and grab it. Or more so, reach out and receive it. It's less action, more in receiving. By doing this, for some of you, there's a collective here or a group here in this collective that by doing this work, you are healing your lineage. This is a message that continues to come up, but I guess, aren't we all healing the lineage of the past, right? We are one consciousness. We are one family. So it kind of makes sense. Again, stand your ground. In this energy, and what's funny is I didn't realize we have several mountain cards, and an archetype that I lean on greatly and has shown up in my spiritual journey and in ritual and ceremony and all these different places is this sacred concept of soft mountain energy. This is that regal, powerhouse, feminine energy. And if you think about a mountain has a wide base and then a narrow peak, right? There's this strength at the base. A mountain cannot be rattled, right? A mountain stands its ground. A mountain looks over the rest of, the landscape. There's something really grounded and sacred. Even my voice, I don't know if you just heard that shift, but I feel like I'm speaking in my lower register. If you guys heard me speak in real life, I speak like 2 octaves higher than this. It's so interesting when I read. Okay. Oh, here is the last abundance card. I was looking for it. It's a harvest card. We have this harvest. Yes, it's time to harvest your gifts. You have nurtured the seeds that the divine has planted, or that you and the divine came up with in your soul contract before incarnation. Take that narrative with a grain of salt, as always. But you have watered these seeds. You have made sure they have had enough sun and air and flow, and you have been there as they have grown into something now that is this full, robust, bold fruit that you now get to harvest. You are this divine wounded healer that has been through so much profound adversity. You hold so much, I just got full body chills as I said that. You hold so much profound wisdom. You are saturated. The visual I just got is when a tick latches onto, an animal or a person, and they just gorge themselves on the blood, right? And when they're fat and happy, they fall off. You are swollen with this abundance of wisdom. You are swollen, and it is time to let go of your host and share this wisdom, share these gifts with the world. It is safe to do this. You are accessing the higher truth of your experience. You are letting go of any sort of lower, denser energies, grief, rage, sorrow, anger. You are accessing aligned desire and taking actions that are in alignment with that desire. You are creating sacred boundaries to help you attain or experience that desire. Wow. I'm going to say this again because I just realized it came up again. I didn't realize we have 1, 2, 3 cards of vacation, retreat, and recharge. two are in the unconscious. So, okay, I'm going to hold you accountable. I know that most people and most of us are deeply in service to everyone else, but it really is time to be in service to yourself. I'm very aware of the current financial climate, so maybe you won't be able to take a 5-star vacation somewhere, but maybe you can take time. For me, more than money, my value system is in time and space. That's what I value the most because it's a non-renewable resource, right? So here's another question I'm going to pose to you. This is an incredible journal question, so write this down. What is abundance to me? What is wealth to me? I did this and it came out that for me, wealth was a very happy family home life. That is what my wealth and abundance is. Yes, you need yes, we all need money, right? We all need some form of, physical currency to function in this life. So let's honor that, right? That's the reason why I did that financial wellness check, because so often on the spiritual journey, we leave this idea of money out of it when really money is just energy. Money is another form of power that we have to learn to manage. We have to learn to come into relationship with the financial energetic spiritual path. It's a whole different thing. And yet it mirrors so much of our inner worth. It mirrors so much of our where it reveals where we're leaking power is what I'm trying to say. Okay, wow. What else is here? Let me go on the unconscious. I don't have that much time left, but we have this not relationships card. So it's in the unconscious. So, okay, I'm going to rattle these off really quickly. So some of you have tied the knot and now want to get out of it. Some of you want to end your marriages. Honor that as a real desire and create necessary boundaries around that. Some of you are in the inquiry of, do I want to tie the knot? Do I want to bind myself to someone? Do I want to really walk that path? So these are just inquiries. I'm not going to say anything else about them other than that they're here. We also have grief in the unconscious. Where are you not honoring these different emotions? And And where also are you not leaning on your divine support? It is safe to share your voice and your truth. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. This was really intense. That's it. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this was supportive. Sending you all so much love, and I will see you in the next one.